Bienvenidos, welcome. My name is Radairis and you are watching Raview. We are reviewing a 7-day road trip itinerary to California. Part 1 was San Francisco. If you missed that video, go check it out right here. This video is dedicated to your second stop, Yosemite National Park. Now, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for more reviews like this. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Alright y'all, Yosemite in the wintertime is completely different than Yosemite in the summertime. It's like two different worlds. And the most important thing that you need to know is that a lot of the roads during the winter are closed due to icy roads and heavy snowfall. And yes, this does include Glacier Point, Taft Point, Sentinel Dome, basically any trail or viewpoint that is past Glacier Point Road. Hiking in the winter is also a bit more challenging, especially if you're not an experienced hiker like me. But we'll get to more of that in a bit. Even with the closed trails, Yosemite in the wintertime is a one-of-a-kind experience and it's absolutely worth the visit. Newsflash, it snows in California. Yosemite is a little cold during the wintertime. If you're following my itinerary and you're going to all my stops, you're going to want to make sure that you pack enough clothes for basically all 4 seasons. In San Francisco, I ended up wearing like a light jacket, but in Yosemite, you're gonna need a little bit of a heavier coat. And here's my tip. I suggest, better than bringing a big coat, just bring in a nice medium-sized coat, and then just layer up. I layered up with like a sweater, long sleeve shirt, another scarf, and then a coat on top. So by the time, if I did get warmer, I would just take something off and just wrap it around my waist. We spent 2 days in Yosemite, and to be honest, 2 days is not enough. There's so much to see and do in Yosemite National Park that you can spend multiple days there. But you know what? That's okay. We're gonna make these 2 days work and we're gonna have a good time. If you're coming from San Francisco, it's gonna take you about 4 hours to drive to Yosemite National Park. And you're gonna wanna leave early, y'all. I'm talking like 7 a.m. early. The earlier you get to Yosemite, the better and the more things that you can do. So I'm going to suggest some trails, but before I do, I need to tell y'all the most important tip for this trip. Guys, if you are visiting Yosemite during the winter, you 100% need traction cleats for the snow. Do yourself a favor and bring them. Even if you don't think you're gonna use them, bring them. It's just gonna make your life so much easier. And to be honest, when I got there, I was not expecting the trails to be as icy as they were. I was kind of a little bit surprised. So you've been warned, bring your snow cleats, have them with you, do what you gotta do. Because there are so many trails in Yosemite, the ones that you decide to do ultimately depends on your level of interest and ultimately how challenging you want it to be. One that is beginner friendly is the Grizzly Giant Loop Trail in Mariposa Grove. In this trail, you get to see the fallen monarch and the grizzly giant. You also get to see the giant Sequoia groves. The Grizzly Giant Loop Trail is a 2-mile hike. But here's the catch. The road to get to the trail is closed during the winter, so to get to the trailhead, you will need to do a second 2-mile hike. In total, you're looking at 6 miles. 6 miles. Whew. That's 2 miles to get to the trail, plus 2 miles on the trail, plus 2 miles to get back to the parking lot. Guys, just mentally prepare yourself for that and give yourself the time to complete a 6-mile hike. This can easily take you 3 hours plus. There is a shuttle, but it only runs from March to November. So in the winter, it does not run. So let's talk a little bit more about this hike. You're gonna wanna park your car at the Mariposa Grove Welcome Plaza, and you could either take the Mariposa Grove Road or the Washburn Trail. If you're short on time and looking for something quick, go ahead and take the Mariposa Grove Road. What we did both. We took the Washburn Trail to go up, and then we came back down on the Mariposa Grove Trail. One more thing, guys. The Mariposa Grove Trail is on the southern part of Yosemite National Park, and it's an hour away, more or less, driving from Yosemite Valley. You want to make sure that you calculate that hour into your schedule. Next is Yosemite Valley. Yosemite Valley is full of trails and viewpoints that are open year-round. The best part about visiting Yosemite during the winter is that there are less people there and you really feel like you have the whole place to yourself. Your first stop is going to be Tunnel View. Tunnel View is a great place to catch the sunrise or sunset. We woke up bright and early to catch the sunrise at Tunnel View. Well, at least we tried. We missed it a little bit, but it's okay. There's no hiking involved in Tunnel View. You can just park your car and enjoy the view. Your next stop is going to be El Captain Meadow Viewpoint, which is right around the corner from Tunnel View. I also found a hidden gem that you're gonna want to check out in Yosemite Valley. Guys, this place, I was absolutely mesmerized. You're gonna want to stop at the swinging bridge. It was absolutely gorgeous. We had the whole place to ourselves and it just looked so different in the winter time compared to how it looks like in the summertime. It's really worth the visit, and if you can, go there in the morning because no one's there. We have the whole place to ourselves. For trails, I suggest to check out the Lower Yosemite Falls and the Cook's Meadow Trail. Both are very beginner friendly and are open during the winter. One popular trail in the summertime is the Mist to Vernal Falls Trail. This trail is actually closed during the winter. The furthest that you could get to is the footbridge. If you are feeling adventurous, you could take the John Muir Trail, and that could take you to either the top of Vernal or Nevada Falls. This is what we ended up doing, and it was a complete accident. I misread one of the signs, and by the time we realized where we were, it was a little bit too late. So we just proceeded. That's what you do when you're on vacation. You just go with the flow, and we eventually made it to the viewpoint. And the viewpoint was beautiful. Like, it honestly looked fake. It was my first time really experiencing waterfalls in the winter, to be honest. So I was just completely in awe of the beauty of nature. But y'all, this trail was hard. It was not easy. It was really difficult. Harder with no cleats. So proceed with caution. Again, if you're a beginner, this may not be the best trail for you, but if you're up for the challenge, go for it. Go for it. Next is lodging. If it's in your budget, I highly recommend to just stay in Yosemite Valley. It is going to be a bit more expensive, but it might just be worth it because you save a lot of driving time. We stayed in a hotel that's about 44 miles from Yosemite Valley and 14 miles from Mariposa Grove. My last tip about Yosemite is that the cell phone service isn't that great up there. Make sure you have your GPS directions on before leaving the hotel. We couldn't even get Netflix to work out there. Just saying, guys. Just saying. And just like that, 2 days in Yosemite are done. 3 days down, 4 more to go. Next stop is going to be Pismo Beach and San Diego. I went ahead and made a video for each location, so go check it out. Muchas gracias por ver este video. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Radairis and you have just watched Review. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for more reviews like this. And as always, remember that you are worthy and loved. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.